Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Tracy Souza, and I want to thank you for coming to the online undergraduate programs live information session. My name is Tracy Souza. I am an enrollment specialist here, one of three at UMass Dartmouth. And joining me today is Shannon Gordon Scott, who is the Assistant Director of Advising, Support, and Retention. So why choose UMass Dartmouth? So UMass Dartmouth is a quality academic experience with personalized student services. So you have a one-on-one academic advising in support. You have 15-to-1 ratio with student to faculty. We offer 24/7 tutoring, and we'll get into that a little bit later. 25 online undergraduate degrees and certificate programs are offered. And we have a very generous transfer credit policy, which allows you to transfer up to 90 credits. We will also get into more of that in a little bit. So all of our classes are taught asynchronously. And if you're wondering what asynchronous learning is, it allows you to learn on your schedule as long as you have an internet connection. So you're going to get a syllabus at the beginning of the semester, and it'll tell you what assignments are due for the week. And typically you will have 1 week to turn those assignments in. But you won't be left to your own devices. So what's going to happen is the syllabus, you're going to use the syllabus in the course platform, which is Canvas. And then there's also going to be discussion boards. You're going to be critiquing each other's works. You're going to be using websites, blogs, videos, taped lectures. So you will have contact with your virtual classmates as well, and with the professor. We want you to know that the same full-time faculty that teach on campus also teach online. Nowhere on your transcripts or on your diploma will say that you took an online class or had an online program, because again, it's the same faculty teaching the same curriculum. So what programs do we offer? So we offer programs in the arts and sciences, and as you can see here, we have crime and justice studies, economics, English literature and criticism, health and society, healthcare administration, history, liberal arts, multidisciplinary studies, political science, public administration, sociology and anthropology, and women's and gender studies. All bachelor's degrees require 120 credits. In the business, in the Charlton College of Business, the degrees we offer online are accounting, finance, general business administration, management, marketing, operations management / business analytics. Then we offer MIS, and we have a concentration in e-commerce, digital business, or a concentration in technology and management. Again, all of these programs, you need 120 credits to graduate with your bachelor's degree. And the Charlton College of Business, I want to say, is AACSB accredited. And those are schools that are globally recognized by top employers and other universities. We also offer accelerated online programs, which allow you to go from your BS to your master's. It allows you to start a master's degree while earning a bachelor's degree. So how that program works is it allows you to take up to 3 graduate level courses, which is 9 credits, while pursuing your bachelor's degree. So those 9 credits, or the 3 classes, they count towards both degrees. So you're going to basically be double dipping. So you'll be earning 3 credits towards your bachelor's degree and your master's degree. You get to pay the undergraduate tuition rate for those three classes. And I know like the graduate courses tend to be a little bit more expensive, so you would get an economic savings there. And it'll allow you to complete your master's programs when you are ready, with no commitment to continue as soon as you graduate your bachelor's degree. So the programs that we do offer this in is if you are taking a bachelor's in any business program, it allows you to accelerate in the MS in accounting, business, healthcare management, and technology management. And if you are getting a BS in healthcare administration, it allows you to do the accelerated program in the MS healthcare management. And what I mean by all of this is, for example, say you're getting a bachelor's degree in accounting, or say marketing. You're getting a bachelor's degree in marketing, and now you want to decide that you want to get your master's in accounting or your MBA. So it doesn't have to be the same concentration. So like you can be getting a bachelor's in accounting and then go into your MBA. You can be getting a bachelor's in marketing and then go into the technology management. So I just want to make you aware of that. How the enrollment process works is as follows. So first you need to apply online, and then you need to submit your admission documents. So once you apply, submit your application, whether you think it's complete or not, because that's going to give you access to an application portal where you will be able to submit some admission documents that you might need. Once your application is complete, an admission decision will be rendered and say you're admitted, then you would need to also log into your application portal to look at your admission letter. And then you have to confirm or deny you are accepting your admission. You do this by submitting your intent to enroll form. That is also located in your application portal. Once you accept your admission, you will then be given instructions on how to make an appointment with your academic advisor. And what they are going to do is they're going to go through your transfer credits and stuff, and they will remain your academic advisor, and they will also help you register for courses. Please keep in mind that when you do register, tuition is not due at the time of the course registration. So you may register for courses and maybe 6 weeks later, you'll get a notice that your invoice is ready for you to view. If you forget a step or you're unsure of how to complete this process, you do not have to worry, because once you submit that application and get access to your application portal, you are going to get assigned an enrollment specialist. Again, I am one of three, and you will see in your application portal a connection where you can reach out to us whenever you have questions. And we will be reaching out to you periodically to guide you through the entire process every step of the way. So you don't need to worry if you're forgetting a step or what the next steps are. We'll guide you through that. So what are the admission requirements for these undergraduate programs? So once your application is submitted, you are then going to need to either supply official college transcripts if you're transferring in, or you're going to need to supply high school transcripts. Keep in mind that the application is rolling, so there is no deadline date. I get a lot of questions about when the deadline date is. So if you don't complete your application and get your transcripts in by the start of one semester, we will ask you if you want to roll that into the next semester, and that's what we mean by rolling admissions. So if you've earned a high school transcript or a GED, you need to submit official copies of that, and that will automatically upload to your application. Again, if you've gone to college and you have some college work, then you do not need to supply the high school transcripts. We need you to reach out to all of your colleges, whether you earned a degree there or not, so we can maximize your transfer credits. And again, order those and it comes through a third party and it will automatically be uploaded to your application. We do accept the college CEP and advanced credits and things of that nature, which we will get into in another slide down the line. For international students, you need to supply all of the things I previously mentioned. Plus, you will need to provide proof of English proficiency. And you can do this by supplying a TOEFL exam, a Duolingo English exam, or an IELTS English exam. If you have international transcripts, you're going to need to take those international transcripts and you're going to need to send them to a professional transfer evaluation company. We recommend CED or WES. And they will provide you on a detailed breakdown. So what they do is they go line item by line item. They list the class, the grade you got in that class, and then they will convert it to the equivalent grade in the USA. That will allow us to maximize your transfer credits. And then once you receive notice that that report is complete, you would order a copy to be sent to us here at UMass Dartmouth. And again, it automatically gets uploaded to your application. I'm going to turn it over now to Shannon Scott, who will go through the academic advising.
Thank you, Tracy. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So I want to let you know about our advising process. One of the nice things about our process is that you're going to work with your advisor right from the onboarding session, we call it. So that's where that first initial meeting after your transfer credits have been determined, your equivalencies, you set up that appointment with your advisor. That's the advisor you're going to work with through graduation. So it's nice because you have consistency. You know who you're working with every pre-registration period. You know you're going to be working with me or Olivia or Lisa or Lindsay for your accounting major or your CJS. You've both looked at the same documents throughout your entire time. So again, it's just nice to have that consistency. And what we do in that onboarding session is show you your tracking sheet. And that's the list of courses that you need to do for your accounting degree or your marketing or your liberal arts, whatever it may be. And we map out that tracking sheet where your equivalencies have worked and what you still need to do. And then every semester, we help you through the registration period. Say, all right, if you want 2 courses this semester, these look good. Or if you want 3, we can do this. It's just nice to know that you're going to have that consistency throughout your career here at UMass Dartmouth. And you're required to meet for the fall and spring registration. We put a hold on your account. We call it an advising hold to say you got to meet with your advisor to make sure you're checking everything, not taking any unnecessary courses. But you also have access, my advisees have access to my calendar. With every email that I send, at the bottom of my email, it says schedule an appointment with me here. So my advisees know that they can put themselves on my calendar. If they need to talk with me regarding a withdrawal or a drop or how many courses to take or any sort of policy they want to get clear on, you have access to your advisor's calendar and you can put yourself on their calendar. So you're required to meet twice a year, but you can meet as often as you need. And that can be done by the medium which you like. Of course, we're online continuing ed, so most of our meetings are over the phone. Students don't have time to come in. They're working, they're taking care of kids, that sort of thing. So a lot of it's by phone. I do have some international students, so that's via Zoom or Teams or whatever. And I have some students that like to come in and meet in the office, and that's fine too. whatever works for you. The good thing to know, again, the advisor's there for you. You're going to have consistency throughout your career. All right, moving on to transfer credits. So Tracy mentioned earlier our generous policy up to 90 credits. And that's nice. We have a lot of transfer students that bring in a lot of credits from a lot of different institutions. But what you really want to know is, where do my transfer credits work from BCC or Massasoit or UConn or wherever it is? Where do they work for my new degree that I want to get from UMass Dartmouth? And that's where we determine those equivalencies and put those on that tracking sheet that you want to see that says, okay, if I major in accounting, here's what I have left. In my experience, that's what students want to know. What do I have left if I want a degree in history or liberal arts or accounting or marketing? What do I have to do that is left? And so that's where our transfer policy is really helpful, determining those equivalencies, bring in everything. Our general policy is, as long as you attended an accredited institution, most are, you took college level work, so it can't be anything remedial, college level work, and you received a C minus or better, we're going to bring those credits to UMass Dartmouth. And then we determine that equivalency. Now, for the most part, Psych 101 at Harvard is Psych 101 at UMass Dartmouth. However, some courses get a little bit different in their rigor, in the content that they cover, that sort of thing. So we have to determine those equivalencies. Sometimes we reach out to faculty to do that, and that's good. The main thing you want to know is, I took college level work at an accredited institution. We're going to transfer those credits. And then I'm going to see where it works in my new degree. We do CLEP and AP. So advanced placement is nice. You need to have your scores sent to us from College Board if you were doing that in high school. CLEP is a nice opportunity for some students. For example, our UMass Dartmouth, we require 2 freshman composition courses. Not all schools do. So a student might progress through junior year at some other school that only had 1 composition course. So sometimes students will go out to CLEP and CLEP that. That just means you take an exam on your own that you study for, you get a certain score, you have those scores sent to UMass Dartmouth. Tracy mentioned earlier, international. We need the WES evaluation to say if you studied abroad, international, we just bring those over and help determine, again, what you're going to get the equivalency at UMass Dartmouth. We are military friendly. We get a lot of JST transcripts from the military, and we bring those credits over. So what this tells you is, transfer students have so many opportunities to bring in credits to help them earn their degree at UMass Dartmouth. And this last bullet here, again, the most important thing in my experience that students want to know is, what do I have left? And one of the things I like to do in my onboarding session is just state the number of courses you have left. And that's really nice with some of our business degrees, where I can say that specifically. You have 16 courses and you're done. And so that sort of thing. And going back to all of those programs that Tracy looked at from the College of Arts and Sciences and from the Charlton College of Business, we have something for you. No matter what you want to study, the degree you want to earn, we probably have something for you. And just that's just nice, because COVID helped us bring so many more things online where students can get their degree while working, taking care of kids. It's a wonderful thing, very convenient. And next. And speaking of convenience, along with the ability to work asynchronously after the kids go to bed or before they go to school, on your lunch break at work, you can get college work done. We go year round. So we have our traditional fall and spring semester, right? We're going to start up here September 2nd for our fall semester. And that's great. But our students, a lot of them aren't the typical 18-year-old that goes to work at the mall over the summer, or lifeguards. So we go year round. We go over the summer. If you were to go to our website, Online Continuing right now, and look at our summer course offerings, it's a ton of courses because we know that's what our population wants. They want to get their degree and move on to the next phase of their life. So we go year round. But we don't stop at summer, fall, and spring. We have something called intersessions. We run these in the winter and the spring. These are especially intense. We're talking about a session that is just about 3.5 weeks, but you can earn 3 credits in 3.5 weeks. It's a lot of work. You're basically limited to one course, but this is a nice opportunity for a very motivated student to chip away on that tracking sheet and say, okay, I got one more course done and I did it in 3.5 weeks. So it's nice, it's intense, but if you're up for the task, you want to work hard for 3.5 weeks, you can chip away at a course. So the main thing to take away from this, we've got courses when you want courses. It's up to you, but we typically got courses for you. And student support services, I like to say here, you're a UMass Dartmouth student, full stop. So you get all the privileges of being a UMass Dartmouth student. It doesn't matter if you are in Rhode Island or Massachusetts. I believe I'm working with a student in Mongolia, um, or in Ohio, or wherever it is. You can still access the library. You can still get accommodations from Student Accessibility Services. Use the Career Center. It's a different medium, to be sure. You're not coming to campus, you're not finding a parking spot, but you still have access to those services. And the one I'm most proud of, 24/7 tutoring. So it's midnight, you're up late working on your business statistics class, and you're having a little bit of trouble. Guess what? You can get tutoring at midnight because we use Brain Fuse. Um, and that's available to you right from your My UMass D, we call it. It's just a portal, a web page, if you will, or in your course shell in your Palm 212. You can access Brain Fuse and go get tutoring at midnight and do that. And that's a wonderful thing. So again, the ethos of this slide, you are a UMass Dartmouth student, and we have support services for you. And Tracy's going to pick up on tuition and fees.
Thank you, Shannon. Okay, so tuition and fees and how it breaks down per credit. So these are the brand new tuition and fees for the 2026-2027 academic year. And it breaks down to approximately $447 to $472 per credit. All classes, well, most classes, I'd say 99% of them are 3 credits. So the reason why we give you this range, this total tuition and fees per credit, and there's a range, because it depends on the class that you take in what college it actually falls under. So that's why we give you that it's going to be the range between 447 and 472. I can tell you most of the arts and science classes, most of the business classes fall under that 447 program, but if you need like a biology with a lab or something like that, it might be the higher amount, the 472, just to be aware of that. And then we have the registration fee, which is one time per semester of $30. We do have a whole breakdown of tuition and fees if you want to see a complete breakdown of everything. We do have a web page. If you go to umassd.edu/online, and then at the top there is a button called tuition and fees, and it'll give you a whole breakdown. So financing your education, how are we going to pay for all of this? So we encourage everybody to apply for FAFSA. So that by federal grants, federal student loans, this is all based on financial need and They determine, if that's through the government, they determine who has financial need or not. Not here at UMass Dartmouth. But we encourage everybody to apply for this FAFSA application because then it comes into our financial aid department and you are on our radar screen. So if there is something that might be available in-house for you, you may be able to take advantage of that. We do offer payment plans. So if you decide that you do not want to pay your invoice in one lump sum, you can divide the invoice over the months of the semester and pay in a monthly format if that's what you choose to do. Just keep in mind that you have to pay off one semester before you start another semester. For anybody that has military experience or, is taking advantage of anything the military might offer, we do have a Veterans Affairs office and they can help you navigate through your veteran educational benefits. We encourage everybody to check with their employer to see if they have employer tuition reimbursement benefits. We will work with you in regards to that. And then we do offer something called the Ryan Reeves Scholarship for online undergraduate students. And I'm going to let Shannon get into the details of that.
Ryan Reeves was a former UMass Dartmouth online student, and unfortunately, Ryan left us too early. But his family decided to provide a scholarship in his name. And the wonderful thing about this scholarship is that it is solely for online students. So Ryan's family definitely recognized the value of online learning and the ability to get your degree asynchronously and online. And so I would encourage all of you as you begin to think about starting your UMass Dartmouth journey online to aim high because the requirements for this degree, or I'm sorry, for this scholarship, you need to earn 15 credits. So that's going to be a couple of semesters probably for a lot of students. But the GPA is healthy. It's a 3.2. So just know that if you have a 3.2 and you've earned 15 credits at UMass Dartmouth, we're going to reach out to you and encourage you to apply for the Ryan Reeves Scholarship. So this is another nice possibility for you to finance your education because every little bit helps. And having a nice scholarship to go along with other aid, other possibilities just helps. And it's a nice thing to be able to put this kind of in your personal resume, so to speak, but it's not everyone can earn a scholarship. So aiming high for that 3.2 and earning those 15 credits, then we're going to reach out to you regarding Ryan Reeves.
Okay, there are a few other ways to finance your education. So we have a corporate partnership with South Coast Health, Mass General Brigham, and Amazon. So if you work for any of these companies, any of these three companies, you are allowed a 10% tuition credit. So, and that's not just one time, that's, throughout your tenure here at UMass Dartmouth, getting your degree. For anybody that has graduated from a Massachusetts or Rhode Island community college within the last 2 years and has a cumulative GPA of 3.0 or higher, you are going to be eligible for the Success by Degree scholarship, and that affords you a 15% tuition credit. And again, that is not for one semester. So as long as you maintain that 3.0 GPA, you can continue to get that Success by Degree credit. If you happen to be eligible for both, then you can only take advantage of one. So I just want to make you aware of that. So keeping in touch if you want to keep in touch with us. You can send an email at any time to online@admissions.umassd.edu. We man that email address every day. Or you can give us a call at 508-999-9202. And we have a dedicated person to answer the phone every day between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. And that's Eastern time. So please keep that in mind. So this is going to end the presentation today. I am going to see if anybody has any questions they might have. If you want to unmute yourself and ask a question, or you can put it in the chat. And I can see if anybody has anything in the chat and we can answer questions that way. I do see something in the chat right now. It says, I would like to know if online international students are eligible for merit-based scholarships, and what about need-based? So if you're an international student, you could take advantage of the Ryan Reeve Scholarship that Shannon was speaking about earlier. However, they do not offer anything by way of the federal government. So there aren't any really merit-based scholarships besides that, the Ryan Reeve Scholarship. In need-based, no, because that would be through the federal government.
I have
Does anybody, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I do. Um, do you guys offer hybrid classes as well? Like the asynchronous, not on campus, but in the Zoom classroom?
Not at this time. We don't offer hybrid classes like live Zoom classes at this time. It's all asynchronous. But again, you do have the syllabus to follow, and then on the syllabus is going to be the professor's name and contact information. They do have virtual office hours, so if you need to talk to them about something that you're not understanding or whatever, you can set up a Zoom through that. And then we do offer the 24/7 tutoring that Shannon was speaking about. And you can do that through a live tutor. So there are supports in place to help you be successful.
Okay. I thank you. I have one more question. So I'm coming from Bristol Community. I'm sorry, my window's open. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm coming from Bristol Community College, and they have I didn't I see the 3-and-3 program for the substituting your last year if you're going into the law program. What if you're only planning on one semester online? D- Is is that are you not able to switch into in classroom?
Shannon, do you want to answer that one?
So a student